Peace and love, family. It's your girl, Sixthegoddis. And keep in mind, I'm a goddess and I'm sensitive about my shit. I hope y'all are doing well. I am doing amazing. I was doing even better before I seen this ridiculous geriatric pregnancy announcement from Ashanti. And I was doing even better before I seen all of the basic bees in the comments calling it cute, being completely clueless to what's really going on here. And we are going to break this down because I literally just cannot. The way that we condone and clap for our own demise constantly, the fact that we have no way to really gauge danger, it seems like, is mind-blowing to me. And we're going to go ahead and have a conversation about it. But before we have a conversation about that, can we get a conversation about today's makeup look? Ladies, if you've been under a rock, then you don't know I have a women's only Patreon, okay? It is a thriving, and when I say thriving community of women, every time I turn around, somebody getting married, engaged, pregnant, their husband getting a raise, their edges growing back, okay? It's all type of stuff going on. We are winning over there, and it shows the power of getting like-minded, solution-oriented women together who are committed to why I started this group, which is to be the best version of that woman in the mirror that you can be. We have meetups, movie nights. We have a group chat, a Discord. It is a great supportive community of women who are tired of the mundane being in communities of women where it's women's empowerment and you can do no wrong and there is really no growth there. It's a level of honesty and self-accountability that is very refreshing. So it's a large group of us and we're continuing to grow. We would love to have you join in. If you want to, the information to join that will be in the description box. And I also have a second Patreon that is just for my weekly live show called 6 at 6, where I tap in with everyone and we discuss different, current events or different random topics on there as well. So I will also link that, and that is for the fellas and the ladies for my weekly live stream. So I'm not going to speak too much more. Let's go ahead and get into my thoughts here on Ashanti. So for those of you that don't know the backstory to this, okay, because there is a backstory. This is where we ended up, but I'm going to kind of break down how we got here. So as you all know, Nelly and Ashanti dated years ago. And when I say years ago, like 20 years ago, I want to say, no, don't quote me exactly on these time frames, but it was a significant amount of time ago and they dated for a significant amount of time. I want to say it was like 10 years. Okay. After 10 years of wasting her life and her youth, they break up. That's when he gets with the mixed chick, Miss Jackson. Was with Miss Jackson for like 5-10 years, an insane amount of time. Rumor has it allegedly that a part of why they separated is because Nelly wanted to have a child and Miss Jackson was like, marry before I carry. If you ain't marrying me, I'm not doing it. And so then Nelly, they end up splitting up and he gets back with Ashanti. Okay. So that's why you'll see people referring to this as a block spin, because they were together at one point, separated, and now they're back together. And so then today we see this. I'm going to play this for everyone. This was posted today.
All right, guys, 60 minutes. Showtime. Yo, Sean. Hey, Sean. Showtime.
Sean, come on there, Betty. Sean, how much time you need? I need about 9 months.
Child. So, first of all, we've already known she was pregnant. She'd been wearing them same big ass, oversized, overdrawn t-shirts for months, trying to hide that belly. Like, honey, you should have got with Halle Bailey stylist, okay? Because they had her fitted up to hide, that unmarried baby in her womb, honey. You should have got her stylist. Okay, at this point, we might as well just have a whole style team for all the baby mamas and unwed mothers in 2024. Because, honey, them big ass t-shirts every single time, girl, it was getting on my nerves. Like, girl, please. At this point, you might as well just wear maternity pants because we can see it, baby. Okay, there's no point, honey. So she announces that And I'm going to start here, and then we're going to go to the next step here. The fact of the matter is this: every day we see women saying, oh, I'm boycotting men, I'm doing the 4B movement. Every day we have women telling all of their stories about what the man with the big bad wolf did to them. And it's always reactive, never proactive. It's always these situations that honestly were very avoidable with a little education, a little bit of humility, and a little bit of a listening ear. There have been many instances where, you know, you see women sit and, you know, cry to you with their story about what the man did. And there's no accountability for the lack of education or the naivete that we played in it. So I'm going to break this down for you. I know you all have heard me speak on the might as well wife before. Now, the might as well wife, I've seen some hoes out here that's taking that. Just so y'all know, the might as well wife is my thing. I have coined that, but these girls just continue to quote my talking points and then tell people that they never heard of me. You hoes are clever, I'll tell you that. The might as well wife is the woman a man marries when it's like, well, I've already come this far. This is not really how I pictured my life. This is not really what I wanted for my life. But nothing else is really working out for me the way I wanted it to. She's been around this long, can't get rid of her, so I might as well marry her. Now, the problem with that is many women are might as well wives. And I hate that we're now at this place where women are telling other women, oh, don't get married. It's slavery. You won't be appreciated. As opposed to saying that, honey, you forced yourself into a marriage with a man who didn't even like you. A lot of y'all, you got married because you were trying to spite another woman. You got married because your homegirl got married. You got married trying to keep up with the Joneses. And deep down, you know you married a man that does not particularly like you. He didn't dream of ending up like you. And almost any time that you have to wait out, beg and plead a man into marrying you, he will never then turn around and be a great husband, because men don't like to be told what to do. And what women don't understand is subconsciously waiting around for 20 years until he exhausts all his other options, so he has no choice but to come to you, because men don't know how to be alone. And him saying, well, fine, she finally broke me down. Women don't understand how in the man's mind that translates into, like, you kind of manipulated him or forced him into doing it. And whatever you force a man into doing, he never does well. A man only does something well when it's what he wants to do. So when I see Ashanti smiling from ear to ear with her pregnancy test endorsement as though I'm gonna need 9 months, like it's all good, honey, you have no idea what you're in store for. Okay. If you are a might as well wife, that man will never be a good husband. So all we see again is the reaction. A bunch of women fear mongering us. Oh, don't get married. They're not going to this. They're not going to that. No, women instead say, why don't y'all take your time in getting married and make sure that you marry a man that actually wants to get married, knows why he needs to get married, and wants to be 100% man in that marriage. No, instead, we do things like clap for women like Ashanti in this situation. And y'all are in the comments calling Ashanti's pregnancy the cutest comeback. Imagine a man wasting 10 years of your youth being to you, but being with you, while still exercising his options, keeping you off the market. Then when you say, hey, I want this to go to a next level, instead, y'all break up. He then tries to replace you for a decade with a woman that is a completely different race from you and look nothing like you. He cannot conquer her. And so he gives up. And then after 10 years, drags himself back to you and gets you pregnant. Not drags himself back to you. To be honest, once somebody leave for 10 years and come back, there ain't no hope with that anyway. That person just didn't want you. And subconsciously the man resents that woman, because he's like, so damn, and I've been gone for 10 years, and in 10 years ain't no man like made no real commitment to you. Now they even more so are like, oh my God, like nobody else even really want this girl for real. Now he's extra resenting the situation. You get what I'm saying? How a man spin the block after 10 years and you still available? I don't know about that. Okay, he should barely be able to spin the block after 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months. Okay, I don't get it. So now the man has even more resentment because he's like, now hold on, now how I spent the block after 10 years? Not only is she still available, but she willing to have me come back and sleep with her raw and shoot her club up and give it, baby. Now he definitely resents you. Okay, so this is how women do not do their part. They put it all on the man part so they can later on, 5 years from now, it'll be Ashanti crying and telling us her story, and we don't want to hear it at that point. So he comes back to you after 10 years of failing to replace you and then knocks you up. Not even marry you, at the very least. Then after he knocks you up, where is the other post? Oh my God, what is that, Lord? Then after that, he has the audacity to talk about will you marry me? Let me make this bigger. And here go the dumb hoes in the comments talking about, I'm happy for them. Congratulations, ma'am. This is our problem now. This is why y'all hoes have had to completely leave men alone, because you have zero trust of yourself and zero discernment to know how to have the common sense to stop being so desperate and thirsty, to know how to see a dangerous and problematic situation before it comes. Now y'all be 35, 40 with y'all big grown age still falling for the most basic red flag that you should know will be a problem. You get caught up in what you want in your flesh and what you feel right now. You don't think about how this look 5 years from now. You don't think about how it looked 10 years from now with kids and a baby. You just get caught up in what you want and what you think at this moment. And you want us all to clap when you getting ready to walk off a damn cliff. Okay? You getting ready to walk in front of a truck and we're all supposed to clap for it. And don't you see, the thing about the sisterhood, the basic B sisterhood, is they all just repeat each other talking point. You got to stick to the script with them. Oh, don't be the one girl who happens to have a different thought about the situation. Oh, no. Don't happen to be the one girl who has a different opinion on the situation. They will eat you alive. The sisterhood don't eat you alive when you publicly come out with setting an example and behavior that is so dangerous to women when it comes to them dealing with men. You don't think about that part. You're silent on that part. But the first woman that comes along that even remotely reminds you that, hey, this is probably not something that we should clap for. It's no flex when a man takes 20 years and a pregnancy before he marries you. The might as well wife is someone who is never fully appreciated. The might as well wife is the wife where every single day that man look at you, and the thing about a man, he'll still do what he's supposed to do on the day in and day out. But deep in himself, he resents it every day. Deep in himself, he knows that he's not being as good of a husband to you that he could be, because he knows he doesn't have to, because look how long you sat around sniffing up behind him with nobody coming and taking you away. Because that's the reality. As a quality woman, baby, you can't spin the block after no 10 years, baby. You can't barely spin the block after 10 days. Another man done already seen her value and wants to go ahead and make the commitment. Okay, so when you on the market for 10 years, nobody wants you. You ain't had no family with nobody else, and this man come back, you can expect for every single day, whether you see it or know it or not, for this man to express his resentment towards you. This is the most dangerous situation, and they never end out well. I don't understand what's so hard, baby. You dated him for 10 years. In a whole decade that you gave him most of your youth, he never once said, this is the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. And now, once he's gotten old with psoriasis and gout, now all of a sudden, when he wasn't able to get the exoticals to do what he wanted, now he spin the block back with you, and you were still there. And you think he's going to cherish that. You think he's going to treat that well, and he's not. There's also that other element of women not understanding our hormone cycles and being very careful of that age between 37 and around 42. That is the age where you are prone to do the stupidest stuff ever, because that is the female midlife crisis. When a man have a midlife crisis, it looks like a 25-year-old in a red sports car. When a woman has a midlife crisis, it looks like getting pregnant. Oh, let me see if I still got it. I know these eggs are on their way out. Okay, let me see if I can still make it happen. That's what it looks like. A woman's midlife crisis looks like divorcing her husband. A woman's midlife crisis is her looking to feel satiated in fertility again. There's a certain power that you feel as a woman, knowing that you bleed every month, knowing them eggs is still there, and knowing that you can bring a life into this world whenever you so choose. There is a power in that. As a woman, you spend most of your youth feeling that. So as that feeling begins to dwindle, now she thinks, oh, I'm not feeling that powerful anymore. It's because that husband holding me back. Let me divorce him. Oh my God, I don't feel that power anymore. Let me go ahead and get pregnant and become a baby mama at like 40 damn years old, because I don't know myself. I don't know what I'm really feeling. They say a man is better off living on a roof than living in the house with a perilous woman. And I say a woman is better off having no children than having a child just to say she had one in a clearly toxic situation. Y'all been together. Y'all been knowing each other for 20 years. We don't care about no engagement. Go to the courthouse or go have a destination wedding somewhere, you and your close friends only, and be quiet. We don't care. You don't even need an engagement phase. Just go get married. Engagement is for bright, bushy-tailed 21-year-olds just starting out on their life to take cute pictures for TikTok. Okay? It's not for big grown 40-year-olds that couldn't make it work with no one else, so they just settled for each other and became a baby mama at a geriatric goddamn age. We don't care. Go get married. We don't care about no engagement. But instead, you know what we got? Girls in the comments saying this is cute. This is goals. This is cute. This is goals. When in fact, there's nothing cute or goal-like about this at all. Okay? This is the quickest way to become a might as well wife. This is the quickest way to have a man behind your back and you don't even know it, do all kind of stuff because he just resents you and resents the fact you've been here. This is a result of women refusing to look at things through the lens of the man, to understand what them not being able to be alone, what that really looks like and what that makes them do. Okay. God forbid any women sit there and be like, I'm not about to clap for Ashanti becoming a baby mama at 40. They over here talking about engaged, child. They'll be engaged for another 10 years. Okay. They will be engaged for another 10 years because if he planned on marrying her after all these years, he would just go marry her. Even the fact that they're doing engagement, well, girl, you can look forward to another multiple years of engagement. And by then you'll be 50 years old. And if you think that Nelly about to sit down and just be a loyal, doting husband to you, and you're his 50-year-old baby mama, well then, honey, it goes to show that you can be old and still be a fool. It goes to show that you can get older but not become an elder. It just goes to show that if you're a basic B, you will remain a basic B until you are intentional about unlearning your basic ain't shit bitch low vibrational behavior and learning how to rise above. I don't know why people think as a woman get older, she just miraculously gets knowledge about, the game. No, if you don't intentionally learn it, you don't. You can be 40 and been around the world twice like Ashanti and still be a duck. Okay, the fact that y'all are celebrating this is why I don't trust y'all opinion about marriage and long-term relationships, because y'all don't even know how to see that a man clearly hates you. With 20 years and a baby is all you got to show for a relationship with a man. 20 years of nothing to show for it and a baby. That's it. And the fact that we don't see it's a problem is the problem, and continues to be why we continue to sit on here being a victim to the big bad wolf, aka men, and never ever think about the part that you play or the part that you allow, the parts of this that you allow. Very sad, Ashanti. You don't messed up, girl, honey. You was better off not having no kids ever. You was better off doing that than becoming a baby mama at 40, sweetie. Okay, I don't know what you was thinking. And men cheat the most when you're pregnant and postpartum. So, girl, that man is probably so disgusted, honey. I know he doing whatever he want. Okay, I'm not going to say too much, but I know for a fact, honey, Ashanti in a relationship, Nelly isn't. Now, I ain't finna say nothing else. I'm just going to leave the rest of what I feel and what I know to myself. But all I will say is, girl, you are so slow. I'm sorry. You are so slow. You messed up so bad. And this is why y'all need to leave these girls alone, because they all in the comments feeling bad. Them type of women will stunt your growth, ladies. All them women who are just there to offer you sympathy in every situation where you should have known better, they're hindering you, sis. They're stunting your growth completely. So, Ashanti, good luck. You a high risk geriatric pregnancy. I hope you eat a lot of, multivitamins and prenatals and drink your water, girl. Okay. And let's just let this unfurl. And y'all can go ahead and say congratulations to your sisters making marriage and relationships more hard and more of a joke present day. Because I don't know how a woman, if Ashanti over here willing to suck dick for 20 years and become a baby mama, or how does the girl that just work at the DMV convince a man of why marriage should be valued? Okay, here you go, your own sisters continuing to make life way harder for you than it has to be. But congratulations, though. We should mind our business, right? Of course. Y'all bow your heads and pray. Okay, couldn't be me. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think about the situation. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. We're almost at 70K subs. Like the video, and I will see y'all on the next one.